Does anybody in the audience have any questions for our esteemed guests? Right back here.
All right, so I was fascinated by you with the slate marker, and I wasn't really sure if you knew why you were using it. I mean, it's a movie thing. You got to have a slate marker. You go like this and say action. Did that help you when you're editing at all?
Not at all. Yeah, you're totally right. And that was one of the lessons I learned with this. Is I was just like, what is this? Why do people use this? It didn't look like you were even writing anything on those things. Oh, yeah, we were, but it wasn't very much. It was just like, scene, what scene is this? I don't know.
Where'd you get that cute little slate marker?
Toy store. That's not a real. I have a real one now, which I used on my second film, so it's. I know what it's used for now.
Yeah.
That's a good question, actually.
Right over here. What supermarket was it?
That's the.
Should we patronize it?
Oh, sorry.
What supermarket is it, and should we patronize it?
The Crestview IGA. I'm not good with directions. It's in Austin.
Okay.
It's like Woodrow. Woodrow.
Woodrow. It's a really good store. They're very nice. I actually filmed a scene from my second film there too, so they're still nice to me.
Next question for you. Sorry, thank you.
Did you do the editing on the retelling as well, or did you have help?
Actually, there were two other editors I worked with. One was the DP. The retelling is my second feature, which I finished last summer. And so the DP is also an editor. He helped. I also had an assembly editor come in and do some editing. And then I kind of tweaked it a little bit. But yeah, so I guess it was mainly the three of us that did the editing. I like to see things come together, but I'm also kind of anxious. So when I'm editing, I want it all done right then. I don't want to like do it over a span of weeks. It's like, okay, tonight it's done. But of course you can't do that with a long film. Or pretty much any film, you shouldn't rush it like that. But yeah, I'm still kind of so-so on the editing. It's fun to see it come together, but I don't know.
I was curious, Erik, because it's you and your co-directors were there filming the documentary the whole time. Were you ever tempted to jump in and go, oh, get coverage on that, or anything like that?
Right, that's the big question, especially from filmmakers. I've answered this question so many different ways, but basically, the way that I think about it now is, because this was my first documentary, feature-length documentary as well. So as many mistakes as she was making, I was probably making just as many as a documentary filmmaker. So when I'm shooting, essentially Justin Johnson and I were the only two crew members during the shooting of the movie. And that's like, when I could shoot, I did everything. When I couldn't shoot, he shot and he did everything. So there's a million different things going on in my mind. So of course, yes, when I see that she's making a mistake like leaving the music on or something like that, it registers, but at the same time I have so many things on my mind too that it's just like everything goes so fast. And I'm just trying to get it in focus and the sound good, and I'm trying to get everything that I need to get as well. So the short answer is yes. You feel like, especially when it's someone so young, there's a natural instinct to want to say, let me help you through this, but at the same time, it was just like, I got to get my stuff done too. And that at the time is a little bit more important,
And also, Tony, I wanted to know, watching for you, every time I go to a movie, I'm like, where's Tony Vespe? What have you been doing?
Not a whole lot. I've been trying to find gigs. I'm in retelling for like 10 seconds. I invite someone to a party. That's about it, but I'm trying. I plan to do more, but nothing yet, because I suck. No, I don't have an agent. I don't have an agent. That's totally it.
All right, we'll hope you get that agent. I wonder if we might have one more question from the audience. I just want to spread the love around there with those last couple. Right over here.
Well, can you tell us a time when the cameras were on you and you really wish there wasn't? And Erik, how did you feel about that?
I always tell the same story for this. I was having trouble getting the tripod plate, which is the part that the camera attaches onto the tripod, and I just couldn't get it on. It was so hard. And my dad came over and he was trying to help me too, and I was sitting there fiddling with it. And then here are these guys, like right up in their face, right down there. And I'm trying to get it on there. And then after a while, I turned to them and I said, if you have enough footage of me struggling, can you just help me with this really fast? But, it's like, I guess that's, I don't know, that's my favorite story.
Yeah, that was actually me shooting that, and when she did say that, it was intense skill immediately. But at the time, you know, I was focusing on, okay, I got my wide shot, now let me get my close-up. All right, I got my close-up, now let me get a low angle of both of them in the frame. Okay, I got that, now let me get a super high angle. So it was just like, I wasn't really even conscious of the fact that it was as frustrating for them as it was. It was just, let me get as much footage as I can so the editor has lots to choose from.
I'm wondering if we have that one great super last question of the night.
I have a question.
This is the one.
Emily, since you're 17 now, what are you doing? Are you going to go to film school? Are you going to make a big budget Hollywood movie, move out to LA? What's going on?
I like that question. Well, actually, I don't like having to make decisions about film school. I've been told very mixed things about film school, and I've looked into a few of them, and it doesn't seem like a bad option. But at the same time, I'm very much into just keeping on making movies, like just making, oh, it's really bad grammar, but like making more movies, and I learned a whole lot making a second feature. It's still not quite what I want to do. The second feature I thought turned out okay, but I feel like I'm still like learning so much. But I have a script for my third feature that I'm really excited about. So my goal is to make one more feature before I leave high school, before I have to decide about going to film school. Because I feel like this script is kind of what Pathogen and Retelling were kind of building to, because they were two totally different experiences for me. Pathogen was like home video camera, toy slate, and you know, boom mic with a paint roller. And then Retelling was, we had a lot more equipment. It was still raising it ourselves. I sold a bunch of my stuff, garage sales, but still it wasn't quite, I raised $10,000 less than what I needed, so it still isn't quite what I wanted. So I'm hoping one more feature, and then from there, I don't know, just one project at a time.
Can't you kind of like test out at like the first couple of years of film school now? Like at this point?
Is that possible?
I don't know. I would certainly ask, because you'd be pretty bored for the first like 2 years.
The first couple of years?
I don't know, I never went to film school.
Yeah.
Erik, what are you doing?
I just finished my first narrative feature, and we're just entering that into festivals, and I'm working on my second feature-length documentary. Just trying to stay busy.
What's that about?
It's about a woman whose brother's on death row up in Livingston, Texas, and she's been visiting him. It's about a 4-hour drive. She's been visiting him almost once a week for over 10 years, and she's made all these really interesting and unique relationships in the towns along the way from Austin to Livingston.
Sounds great. Can't wait for that. And yes.
His first feature that he just like said, oh yeah, I made a feature. I mean, not as long ago, but the narrative one is really good. It's called Straight to the Bone, and it played at Austin Film Festival. And I just like to point out it was very good.
Thanks, Emily.
Well, we've got a lot of talented people here you're going to be seeing more and more of over the years, and you can see more and more of Zombie Girl this week here at the Ritz, so tell everybody you know.
Woo!
And I want to thank our great guests for coming out, and thanks for the great movie, and thanks for all that you're doing.